Hello, everybody. This is the beginning of 13-2, recording the employer payroll taxes. So we're going to learn how to calculate and then record them. So a couple new accounts that we're going to learn about. We're going to be dealing with 4 different types of employer payroll taxes. We already know a little bit about the Social Security and the Medicare tax. And now we're going to also learn about the federal unemployment tax, which is also abbreviated as FUTA, and the state unemployment tax, abbreviated as SUTA. So a little bit about this tax base. It's going to seem a little confusing at first, but it really isn't that bad. The basic thing you need to know is we have to figure out the FUTA earnings, and it's calculated up to 7,000 of your earnings. So what does that mean? This person, James Butler, already earned $27,195. So any future earnings, he's already paid his earnings up to the 7,000. So there's no FUTA taxes, no federal unemployment taxes at all for him because he's beyond the 7,000. The next person, Anthony, only earned $5,260. He can earn another $1,740 to reach his 7,000. So this period he earned $1,494. So the $5,260 plus the $1,494 still doesn't reach the 7,000. So he can be taxed on the entire $1,494. This person's way under the 7,000, so obviously their new earnings of $240, they can be taxed on the whole amount. The next 2 are both already over 7,000, so they are 0 here, no matter what they earned here. And then this person is close to the 7,000, so they have 510 to go. They earned well over that this period, so we're not going to tax them on this full amount here, but only on the 510 to make up to the 7,000. So then we add these totals up to get the total federal taxes for that. To journalize this then, this is in the slideshow, it's also in the notes, but it'll say record employer payroll taxes. So we set it up as a T account first. Payroll tax expense is a debit because it's an expense, and it gives us the amount here. And then it gives us the amount of each of the taxes that are included there, and those are all credits. So we're going to have one debit and then several credits to equal out in the general journal. So this is what it will look like. Put the date, payroll tax expense, the memorandum number, and the amount given, and then each of the taxes. Always start with Social Security, then Medicare. Unemployment tax federal is first, then unemployment tax state. And we'll figure out how to calculate those as well. Okay, so this is the work together 13-2. There's 3 steps here at the top. The first one is to calculate these FUTA earnings, and it tells us right here, use the selected payroll information. Unemployment taxes are owed on the first 7,000 of earnings that we talked about before. So for each of these employees, there's 4 of them here. It gives us the prior, and then it gives us what they need to get to the 7,000, and then their current. So if this is not 7,000 yet, then we're going to have to pay something here in the earnings. So the first one is $6,100. Their new current pay is $762, and they still need $900 more to reach 7,000. So we're going to take that entire $762 figure and plug that in here. The second one, it doesn't matter. They already earned over 7,000, so it doesn't matter what else they earned. That's going to be 0 because they're over the 7,000. The third one down, they're only at $4,380. They earned another $527, so we can tax them on that whole amount. And the fourth one, $6,850. They only need $150 more to reach the 7,000, but they made well over that, $849.50. So we can only add the taxes to the additional $150. We add up these 2 columns to get the numbers for the total. Okay, so this is when we add them together. This column ends up being $3,179 for the current pay period, and the FUTA earnings total is the $1,439.50. So now we're on the second part of the 13-2 where it says calculate the payroll taxes, and this is the chart we had previously filled out. So down below now we got to calculate the payroll taxes. So the first two, Social Security tax and the Medicare tax, we already know these percentages. That is going to be based on the current earnings. So we're going to multiply the 3179 times the 6.2%, which is the 6.062. And when you do that, you get a total of 197.10. The second one you are going to calculate is the Medicare tax. We know that's 1.45%, so move the decimal over 2 places and it's 0.0145. You're still multiplying by the current earnings, so that 37 or 3179. Let's see if I'm trying to get my calculator up here. $31.79 times 0.0145. And we get $46. And remember, we have to round that to normal math, dollars and cents. So that would be $46.10. These other two, the unemployment federal and the unemployment state, they give you the percentages here, and we multiply those now by the unemployment earnings. So this first two answers here, we calculated on this total. The second two, we calculate based on this total. So you're going to multiply the $14.39.50, don't forget the 50 cents, multiply this by 0.008. And when you do that, you should get $11.52. And then the last one is the unemployment tax for the state. So move the decimal over to one place, so it is, or 2 places, sorry, it's 0.054%, still multiplying by this $14.39.50. When you do that, you get $77.73. And then you add those together to get your total payroll taxes, and that should be $332.45. Again, do the math. Don't just copy these answers down. Do the math so you know where these numbers are coming from. Okay, so this now I've gone on to journalize the payroll taxes. So here are the calculations they give us previously that we just calculated. So we have all of those same numbers that we just got. It also gives us this chart of accounts too, because you're going to need to know the account names and how they should look to journalize it. So it says to journalize the employer's payroll taxes for the May 1 through 15 pay period on May 15th of the current year. And it gives us the memorandum number 46. So again, if you're looking in the 3-2 or 13-2 PowerPoint or the 13-2 notes, you will see what this transaction should look like. And this is what it should look like. So May 15th, we're starting with the payroll tax expense. Remember, all expenses are your debits. The memorandum 46, they give us that number in the instructions. The $332.45 is this total up here that we calculated, the total payroll taxes. And then each individual tax that we just calculated above is the numbers there. So Social Security tax, the $197.10, etc. You can copy it from the amount above. So Social Security tax payable, Medicare tax payable, and then don't forget we do have unemployment tax payable dash federal, unemployment tax payable dash state. So you have to have those correct in that correct order. So this should finish up the work together 13-2. Go ahead and finish this one. Again, do your own maths on your calculator so you know where the numbers come from, and then move on to the on your own problem for 13-2.